Hey guys, it's RetroGamingNow here with Kerbal Space Program, and in our last video I successfully launched a space station around Kerbal orbit, and then I tried to launch some more modular components, and specifically what I tried to do is add the refueling bay, but it didn't work, and so I actually recorded another episode after that where I tried again, and it failed miserably just because it was so huge. So you guys will probably never see that episode. And I'm going to go ahead and try again and make some changes to this design. Okay, so the problem that we had last time is just way too much weight. And the reason for that is because of these tanks here. So we're going to go ahead and remove those tanks. These tanks didn't have fuel in them, but nonetheless were way too heavy, and we ended up running out of RCS fuel actually, just trying to get those in the air. Not in the air, just trying to attach it to the space station. So I'm gonna line my RCS up a little better here, because last time they were not super efficient. And so, from the previous episode, I believe I've added more RCS fuel there. That's probably the biggest difference. To this I'm going to add... So this is what's going to actually dock. Hopefully this won't be too big. I can always reduce some of the fuel, like half it or whatever, if the weight ends up being too much. So I'm going to... I need to add some docking ports in here, so I'm going to have our future fuel will be from a different type of docking port because we've got larger docking ports. So, utility, we have the Clampetron senior docking port. And now I need to figure out how to place it onto this. I've not been impressed thus far with how difficult it is to place docking ports. I probably need to have some sort of structural thing, so let's do that. So we're going to do 4. That's not even straight, is it? I'm not sure how I get it straight, though. Maybe it's this angle snap. Now I should be able to hopefully put a docking port there. Utility. So last time I got it on the wrong way. I believe that is the correct way. Yeah, there we go. And I'll put some structural pylons on, or whatever these are called, the strut connectors. Not be able to actually do that. No. Alright, so we'll just leave that there, and hopefully that'll be good. And hopefully this weight will be acceptable compared to last time. RCS is on there. Alright, let's try it. Right as the song ended, just like that. So we're going to do our first ascent using MechJeb, and then our rendezvous we'll use MechJeb also. So let's see, ascent guidance, 120 kilometers should be good, because we're going to be a little bit further along. So let's see if this ends up doing any better than the previous one, and it already looks like it is, because the last one had an additional 3 actually 6 fuel tanks on it. And even though they weren't full, the fuel tanks are actually pretty heavy and thus expensive. And also completely reduces the maneuverability. And hopefully with this RCS up top, it'll be able to move a little bit easier, I'm hoping. So like last time I looked at the terminal velocity to see when it starts limiting it is how efficient we are. Last time it started limiting it at 300, whereas a standard Goliath 1 rocket will limit it at 127. So I'm thinking about 150, maybe 160 for this. Hopefully we can get that. Maybe not though. But I have no doubt that this can get into orbit. The previous one got into orbit, it was just the docking was a pain, just because of all the weight. So we're going to go and see if this works any better. And if it doesn't, I might even have to go smaller, like reduce this entire size, but we'll see. So we're cruising right along. Still have not hit terminal velocity yet, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a very heavy rocket. And now we've hit terminal velocity 170, so we are definitely more efficient than the previous rocket. Obviously, just because there's less weight. I need to calculate exactly how much weight, though, it is. Like, how much weight does the fuel actually take up? Actually, I can just look up what the wiki right here, which is super nice. They've got the wiki, which has all the parts and everything. So we're gonna work. The internet seems to be out. All right, so there's our first drop stage. So my idea for the rockets, like we're going to have rockets or more that attach just to these right here, and it's going to be probably just one of these, one or two of these, that's it, probably just one of these, and then we'll launch it up. It should be pretty maneuverable, and then we'll just attach it right there. My apologies, I cannot seem to look this up right now, so I'll figure it out at some point. I'm actually going to aim for 125. I'm going to be a little bit further than 120, because if we dip below 120, then we can't accelerate time just as quickly, so we want to be a little bit more, give us a little bit of a cushion. Apoap's still rising, not very close yet. I've been into orbit countless times, and it will only get worse, so just to show you guys that this is capable of getting up, and I'll quit with the orbiting at some point, just because, you know, getting into orbit is not that interesting. In fact, yeah. Alright, so getting fairly close to being out of the atmosphere. We're in the dark blue, which means there's very little atmosphere, and we're going to accelerate through this pretty quickly. Alright, so we've got last stage of atmospheric rockets. Actually, mostly atmospheric. These will not be. These will still have space, but we actually are using these in the atmosphere still, more as they were designed to. So there's our space station right there. And we got a couple station 1 refuel. So once I get in this into orbit, I'm actually going to go to the tracking station and end our missions, because there's a lot of just junk from my failed attempts at docking. really hope that this thing can move more easily in space. Because that was really the huge issue with the last one. It was just so cumbersome. And I've got rockets spaced out along the whole thing, so hopefully it should work. But, you know, one way to find out. Alright, so just about out of the atmosphere. Very close. Then we're going to time warp. And burn right there. So actually we are fairly close to it. We won't have to make that many phasing orbits because it's just behind us, like maybe an eighth of a turn or whatever. So we won't have to make very many turns, because the thing is, this is going to move faster than our ship because it's at a closer orbit. So the further out your orbit, the longer it takes. So it's sort of like the year, how long it takes to revolve the sun. A Mercury like that has a very short year, like compared to Earth, because it's closer. So it's the same concept here. Alright, so we got our maneuver node. It seems to be doing a decent job of aiming, and it's not even really using RCS. We can turn RCS on just to see how well it can turn. And pretty fast is actually the answer. I'm pretty happy with that. So last time we ran out of RCS, very surprisingly. We're not going to let that happen this time. We ended up we had like 3/4 tank left, and we burned all of it just trying to dock. MechJeb's auto docking. I might try and do it manually, because I'd never used the auto docking before. Alright, so it seems to be just about lined up. 271 meters per second of delta V is not that much. We should be time warping pretty soon here. Oh, how to warp, that's the issue. I also probably should have put lights on this so we can sort of see what we're doing. The thing is, I can always speed ahead. So there's our space station. Actually, I don't know what that is. Actually, that is our space station, I think? I don't know. I don't know, actually. I think it is. Yeah, because if we aim down a little bit, we should be aiming at it. So it's already passed us up, so we will have to do some phasing orbits. And we should be in orbit just about now. And we are good to go. So turn on SAS. Rendezvous maneuver, or rendezvous autopilot. I'm going to go for 250 meters. So I still am trying to figure out exactly how. I'll turn on RCS for this. How this works, how you rendezvous. So obviously you set his target first. I think we want to make a I think what they're going to do is reduce the orbit and try and reduce it at a spot where we will collide. Kind of similar to a Hohmann transfer. I'm not even sure why it's trying to match planes. We are so close. We're like 0 degrees off. Like, look how fluctuating that is. Also, I'm still afraid that I'm going to run out of RCS. Oh, we're good. We got a ways to go. Like, it's moving around so much. We need 3.6. That's nothing. but I guess it wants to be perfect. Down the world we go. A little stuttering there. Make our very quick burn. I don't even know if we'll be able to see fire. That's another nice thing about MechJeb is it can do these very low throttle burns, which you don't even need a lot of the times, in my opinion. But alright, so 15 orbits, and then we're going to initiate our transfer. So we're going to get an intersect, one intersect there at 0 kilometers away, and that's where it's going to line us up. After 15 orbits, we will intersect. And it looks like we'll be intersecting on the day side. That will be nice. 15 orbits shouldn't be long enough for enough rotation on the sun to make any difference, hopefully. Also, I think we're going to probably end up using all of this fuel, and I won't really get the chance, because I don't have any empty fuel tanks, so I can't transfer up. I can transfer down if I have to, so if we end up needing more fuel here, I can transfer this down, but I really don't think we will, just because we got so much less payload than the previous one. So is that it right there? No, that's fuel debris, or debris from this thing. Or maybe not this thing, but some rocket. Anyway, so now we've got 15 orbits to go through. And this is going to take a while, actually, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, or do a jump cut, and we will see you back here once we've done our 15 orbits. Alright, so we're coming in on our window where we will make the burn. There it is right there. So I should have launched this earlier. I really should have launched this probably like 10-15 minutes earlier, but that's okay. I mean, there's no Kerbals on this or anything. Like, this could orbit forever for all I really care. There's like no life support or anything yet. Why is RCS on? I'm going to be wasting my fuel. It's like you don't have to worry about how long Kerbals will survive for, which is a nice thing. Or re-entry, actually, like heat or anything, that doesn't matter either, which is another thing about it. Alright, so we got another burn. We're going to line up even more. So I guess what MechJeb likes to do is do lots of burns, as I've learned in the past, as opposed to like one to get it perfect. I still have this fear of running out of monopropellant, which is RCS fuel, just because it's happened so many times in the past. And by so many times I mean two, since I really don't use RCS that much, unless it's for something like docking, in which I do need to have RCS. But hopefully I can actually manage to dock this time. Actually, I docked last time. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Woohoo, delirium. Okay, you don't need to turn around to get that. You're close enough. Anyways, this is just gonna approach. I've already done rendezvousing before, and since I'm not doing it manually, I'm gonna go ahead and also do a jump cut here, because really docking is where it's gonna get important. So once we're close, I will come back. Yeah, so MechJeb failed. I am not trusting MechJeb again. Now it's trying to RCS its way into orbit. It actually completely ruined the orbit. I think I'm going to figure out how to do this manually, to be quite honest, so we're going to revert flight to launch. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get into orbit, and then I'm going to try doing this all manually minus MechJeb, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I've got a maneuver set up that will get us within 10 kilometers, and then from there I should be able to match velocity. So we're going to do maneuver planner and just execute the next node. So we're going to have it manually, automatically execute our manual nodes. So this will get us within 10 kilometers, and hopefully from there I can slowly work our orbit into being closer. We'll see how this goes, though. Like I said, I've never done this. And I'm not sure how precise I'm supposed to be at this point. I'm going to try and go rough and then slowly get finer. I think that's what I should be doing. Kind of the way MechJeb does it, but we'll see. Might as well quick save now, though. But I really don't think this burn's going to mess us up if it doesn't work that much. Like, worst case, I can just do another burn and get out of it. So I'm going to turn off RCS. I think RCS is what makes this thing move around. Yeah, okay. Hopefully we can do this. So actually, looks like it will still be a little bit ahead of us. That might be good. I don't know why it's moving around. A little weird. Fine, you can use RCS. Just this once. Man, no more RCS. I have an ASAS module installed. It should be fine, if not a bit slow. I wonder if you can install multiple of them, like one on front, one on back. That might work better. What are you doing? I'm doing it myself. There we go. Lined up. Not quite, though. Not even close, actually. Okay. Alright, that should be pretty much good. Now let's see if it'll do it for us. And we're good on fuel. There we go. Okay. So I got it, helped it out a little bit, and hopefully it should make this burn correctly. RCS, you don't get to be on. But I can't do it all the time worked. So, burn's going to be here, and this should get us within 10 kilometers, about 10 kilometers when we orbit there, and then from there is I'm going to circularize, try and match velocities a little bit. So I think this is our real intersect, and this is our theoretical intersect. The purple one's once we make the burn, what our intersect will be. Maybe not, though. Looks like it's just multiple types of intersects, multiple locations of it. 10.7, that is acceptable for now. And good. T, okay, turn off RCS. Now, can I get this even closer at a place like... perhaps, possibly. I want to slow down just a little bit more. 12, that's not doing it. 12 still. This looks like I really can't get close to 04. Ooh, I like that. Let's get this as close as possible. 3.8. Try and get it to 1 if possible. 1.987. 1.0. Okay, so go back. 1.0 is what we want. 1.2, no, go back. Come on. I know you have it. 1.1. Yeah, we will take that 1.0 kilometers. Or burn in 16 minutes, so quick save. And maneuver node editor. Execute the next node. You shouldn't need RCS to get to that. But maybe you do. It's moving just very slowly. Yeah, if I could put multiple SAS modules on, I would probably try that for a huge ship like this. I'll have to look and see if that's possible at all. So we're going to have about a 2 minute time window. Not a lot of time. I can deal with it though. Quite a bit of fuel left, so we won't have to worry about that. So what we're going to do is when we get right here, we are going to equalize velocity, or basically circularize our orbit, so that we're in the same orbit as the ship. Circularize. Actually, no, I'm gonna use the maneuver node editor or planner to do it for us. Come on, you gotta burn. You can't miss this. Okay, so we got a minute to go here. Planner. Our next one, right there. Oops. Actually, I want to match velocity with targets. There we go. 1 minute from now. 1 minute from now. Create and execute. So that will add it to our list, hopefully. For some reason it thinks we are very far away from it. But I'm going to go ahead and trust our execution that it worked. Even though I'm not too sure. We got 24 seconds, so it's going to be cutting it close, unfortunately. Where is the space station? It should be right around here somewhere. 17, 16, 15. 3 days of burn time. That is obviously incorrect. 11, 10. Alright, we got this. I'll go ahead and trust you on this. Even though I really should not be trusting you, MechJeb. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you missed part of it. That's okay. We'll just be slightly more than a kilometer off, I think. I'm getting a little nervous actually at this point. We're slowly moving for... So this will get us closer, so we're going to burn retrograde. So you can see we're actually moving faster than it currently. You just need to burn, like, right now. Come on. Okay. Should have thought about that. So it's going to reduce our orbit to be about the same. Hopefully we won't run out of fuel. That's certainly a possibility, unfortunately. I can always transfer fuel, so actually we have no fears of running out. It's amazing that they're able to do this in real life, honestly. Like, it's so complicated. So slowly getting further away from it. That's not too good, seeing as we had a window where we could have been a kilometer away. But, you know, maybe I'll kick in the maneuver editor, or kick in the autopilot. Because we are close, man. We are close. Alright, so I'm going to start transferring fuel. Let's click fuel in. So now fuel is being taken from this and put into this, which is something we desperately need. Oh, oxidizer's also got to go in. There we go. We can trench this back out later if we have to. It seems to think we are like really far away from it, which I don't think we are at all, actually. Now how do I... Yeah, that's too close. I'd maneuver... Nah. Maybe I could try the rendezvous autopilot now. Skip this matching planes, we don't care about that. Oh man, this is tough actually. It's really complicated. Cancel, turn off. Disengage. Okay, so I'm going to save here, and I'm going to time warp a little bit and see if we have a way to get in. Okay, so we may have... What I need to go is burn... I still need to burn retrograde for quite a bit of time, as long as I can, actually, I think. Oh, it's nice to save the maneuver. Okay, I think this is actually right there is the reason. Oh, wrong way, come on. We need to get this off as soon as we can. We're going to actually load the quick save and turn the other way. Alright, got this. Line up. No, wrong way. That should be pretty close. Initiate the burn. What are we out of? Oxidizer. Okay. Alt right click, oxidizer, in. Oh. Out. There we go. Okay, let's see where that puts us. About where we started, honestly. Well, shoot. Honestly, I'm at a loss here, so I think I might have failed this. We can just go ahead and give it the rendezvous autopilot and see if we can do it, but literally I have no clue. We're probably going to need like another 20 phasing orbits. I mean, I don't really think the inclination is that important. We were very, very close, honestly. We're like 3.1 meters per second. That is almost nothing. It's like throwing a couple of rocks out of the window. This doesn't work, you know. I mean, maybe I need to go smaller yet again. Rendezvousing is just ridiculously hard. I mean, I just don't. I thought I learned enough just from watching MechJeb do it last time, but apparently not. So let's just see if it can do it this time, because if it can, sweet. I can always transfer more fuel is the thing. Alright. It's probably going to undo all the work that I did previously. Just how it goes. I really need to learn how to do this manually. Like, this is a skill I need to know if I ever want to do my like Eve return mission. And like MechJeb seems really good with smaller ships, and maybe that's the issue. I mean, I can try a smaller ship, just do more ships, like just a single one of these empty or something. Well, empty doesn't help that much, but make it smaller, less cumbersome. Give it some more fuel. This one still is full, I think. And RCS, we seem to be good. Really, our RCS issues will come when we try and dock. See, we've got a close intercept, 2.3 kilometers actually, so maybe what I did is not that bad. I just hope this can salvage it, because I've spent so much time, and I'm sure you guys may have started to get bored a little bit. And I don't blame you, honestly. This is actually a lot more tedious than I thought it would be. Really, the fun part is docking and actually building the space station. So obviously we don't get to do that. Alright, so this is going to be another one that's going to take a while because we got to do some phasing orbits, so I will come back. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to our burn. Very close, actually. Less than a minute to go. And I'm not sure how many burns there are going to be after this, so I might, if this burn doesn't get us as close as I'm thinking we will, I'll actually just jump cut. Till we're actually very close to the space station. And so I can actually show some docking, because I know this is not interesting, quite honestly, just watching orbits being made and stuff. I think we should be very close at this point. So we're gonna 2.3 kilometers, yeah, so that's where I messed up last time. And I think it's gonna make a 0.1 kilometers, that is close. It's gonna make a thing there, yeah, okay. So, you know, just to save time, I'm gonna wait till we're very close and ready to dock. Alright, so MechJeb has not failed us this time, at least I don't think it has. We are slowly moving closer and closer to this. It's gonna make a burn, and then we should be able to dock, actually. So, not a bad job, MechJeb. We got some fuel left. We will be able to transfer this fuel back into this once we're through. And it's actually lined us up just about perfectly for where we're gonna dock it, which is really surprising and actually pretty cool. So it's going to line up here, make a burn, because our goal is 250 meters, but 300 meters we can actually begin our docking stage if we need to. Quite a bit of fuel left, 2/3 or so. That should hopefully be good if I'm efficient. And we will be aimed the correct way too, so that'll be a nice little bonus. If MechJeb does this correctly, which I think it will. I hope it does. Alright, and we don't want this complete turnaround anymore. So now we're going to get lined up. I'm going to be aimed straight at it. I'm going to save here. Do I trust MechJeb's auto docking? Where are we going to dock? Oh, that's the one that didn't work. It's not under acceleration. I'm going to try and dock right here. So, control from here. And docking autopilot. Control from here. Whoops. Actually, don't want to control from there. I'm going to go back to this. Make that docking port our target. So I need to control from here. And then figure out how to make our target that docking port. I need to get closer so I can actually see it. So let's see if this works. I can't actually see where it extends out. Still way too small. Oh, that's the solar panel. That's the issue. There it is. Alright, let's see if this will do it. Go for it. If this doesn't... I'm gonna go and save real quick. If this doesn't work, I will do it manually, because I do believe from this distance I should be able to do this manually. So I think it'll do is rotate it, shift it over, and then go forward. At least that's the way I would do it. And that indeed seems to be what it is doing, so let's see if it can manage. Over-rotating a little bit. closer though. I wonder if there's a way to have multiple quick saves. Like a far back quick save for if it entirely fails, but also a quick save that I can use. Like now. Because I think we're in a good position here. Yeah, we're actually in a very good position here. Assuming MechJeb doesn't mess it up. It likes to burn a lot of excess fuel for some reason. And now it's going the wrong way. I want to get docking controls. And it's rotating too. That's not a good thing. I have not seen a lot of impressive results from the docking yet. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it. But actually we are lined up, now that I mention it. I was looking at the wrong thing. We are lined up really well. I think you can do it. 800 monopropellant? Yeah, it's got this. If only you would stop doing this stupid spinning thing. That's what's burning the fuel. Alright, it doesn't matter that it's that perfect. We got a magnetic thing on here. Like, seriously. You know, actually, I might be tempted just to quit it here and then do the rest manually. I mean, seriously, look how much fuel this burns. But is it getting more lined up, I guess, is the question we should be asking. And the answer is yes. It's pretty close. Is it moving closer to it? Looks like it is, yeah, okay. I'll give you benefit of the doubt. It's slowly moving itself closer. There's actually a mod which puts a camera on the docking port, which makes it a lot nicer. But you certainly can manage without it. I see what it's doing. So it's got the velocity just slowly moving towards, and then it's trying to line it up as it moves closer. We're pretty close, 33. 32. I think it'll be able to do it, actually. That would be quite nice if it's able to do this. Still, it's a little bit big, but not as big as the other one. It was so massive MechJeb could literally do nothing about it. Okay, so now we're getting close here. Alright, so now it's going to hopefully line up X, Y. Of course, what is X and what is Y? Like engineers and mathematicians use different X and Y coordinates. Oh yeah, it looks like we're good to go. Oh yeah, we got some fuel to spare. That's nice, actually. We can use this fuel to actually refuel ships that dock. Because we can move this fuel around just like we can move that fuel around. Alright, coming in. Should magnetize pretty soon here. Blink. Alright, looks like it's there. And it's done. Yes, we have done it. Ho ho, we have docked it. That was quite the adventure. Finally got it. And maybe I shouldn't have had so much distance here. Okay, so what we need to do, I want to empty all of this fuel into this. Okay, first I'm going to get rid of all this fuel. So Alt right click, right click, right click. Oops. Alt right click, Alt right click. Okay, something's not working here. I need to. Am I controlling this from the ship? There we go. Okay. Oh, is this guy out? Better not be out. Okay, he's in. Alright, Alt right click. Right click. Maybe this guy's got to be in the pod here, so let's try that. Leave seat. Okay, don't lose yourself, buddy. Don't lose yourself. Come on. You got this. Do not lose yourself. Alright, there we go. Good. Slow down. Slow. No need to collide. Slow down. Don't touch the solar panels. Okay. F. Grab. Good. Now we can climb down. He needs to get in there, actually. He's gonna have to let go pretty soon, actually. Doesn't want to board in there. He wants to board in there. Rockets. Activate. Okay. Alright, so stay. Spacebar. Even it out. Good, good, good. Alright, come on. You got this, buddy. Is this the entry? Yeah, there's the hatch right there. Alright. Raise up. Ah, I missed it. Come on, you got this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so hopefully from here we can actually move fuel around. Can we do it from here? Alt right click. Alt right click. For some reason it seems like we can't move fuel around. Shoot, that's another issue. Anyway, I'll see if I can do this later, since this episode's gone long enough. So I've successfully added our fuel port, and unfortunately, it seems like we have not been able to move fuel around, but I will be able to figure that out. So, it's been RetroGamingNow, long episode. See you guys later. As always, rate, comment, subscribe if you enjoy. Let's get a picture of our space station. Yeah, there it is. There we go, we'll do something like that. Whoops. I'm going to take a screenshot.